Maybe before I put my dean hat on, I should just be a father for a second. So my kids were born in Durham and have gone through the Oyster River High School system. And my oldest son, Joshua, probably could have gone anywhere he wanted. Well, maybe if he would have applied himself a little bit better in high school and got better grades. Yeah. You know, the kind of kid, it's like, hey, Josh, you got to take the SAT. Oh, I don't need to study for that, Dad. It'll be no problem. And he did really well. And it's like, so why couldn't you have done that in all the classes that you took? Come on, Josh. But my son comes to UNH. He's a freshman here at UNH. And, I've been a faculty member for a long time, and I always thought, well, maybe he should go someplace else. And there are all these other wonderful universities. But what I can say as a father, before I start talking as a dean, I'm really happy that my son's here at UNH. He's not a Paul College student, which is a good thing, I guess, because, he doesn't like to see me all that often. But he's a history major, and we've got a fabulous history department, and he's having a great first year. And so as a father, I know how difficult this decision is. And I know, just as Morgan was saying, it's stressful because you're always worried, am I making the right decision? And sometimes you never really know. But from my experience here at UNH, students wind up here for one reason or another. But by the end of their freshman year, most of them really love the place. And we're doing something right. And so now I'll put my dean hat on and start talking about some of the right things that we're doing here at Paul College. So I'm going to switch microphone. Oh, that was seamless. I sort of want to be able to walk around. There's something about standing in front of a podium that I don't know, I like to wander. There's our building. I think that's a great snapshot, don't you? It makes us seem fierce and imposing, and I always wish that there was that we'd gotten together some dramatic music like da-da-da, this Paul College. So about 3 weeks ago, I was here. It was a Saturday event. I was talking to parents of high school juniors. And I gave them the whole shtick about Paul College and University of New Hampshire and why this is such a great place to be. And then they were asking me questions, and all the way in the back, you always worry about those people in the back, so I'm worried about you people in the back. Out comes the question, well, there are so many other business schools that are really in close proximity, and surprisingly enough, a lot of them start with the initial B. We won't stand here and list them all, right? Because, they're competitors. We shouldn't really be talking about them anyways. And my son is looking at 5 other business schools, and the question was, why should we come to Paul College? I think I had a good answer, but sometimes people ask you questions and it's like, oh. So fortunately, I've had 3 weeks to think about it. So I'm going to spend no more than a half an hour telling you why you should come to Paul College. Well, it all starts with great academics, right? We're an academic institution, and that's our number one priority, and that's, I won't say the only reason why you should make a decision, but it's a very important reason why you should make the decision. And so in Paul College, it all starts with the number 6. I'm sure you've looked at a lot of different schools, and everybody's got a bunch of numbers that they like to throw out. How many of their graduates have jobs? How many had internships? What's the average SAT score? I could go on and on and on, and I could inundate you with numbers. But as I've learned through all my years of teaching, in one ear, out the other. So we're just going to go with the number 6. So why 6? Because we have 6 departments in Paul College. We've got accounting, finance. We've got decision sciences. We've got management. We've got marketing. We've got economics. And we've got a terrific program in hospitality management. Did I get all 6? Okay, good. I was worried for a sec. And so the department forms the heart of our academics. And I think you're really going to enjoy going over to the college, and each department is in its own separate classroom, and we've got faculty who can tell you about the specifics of their curriculum, the specifics of what they have to offer to make this an exceptional educational experience for you. Because really, it's all about engaged faculty. And so here's a picture of one of my favorite faculty members, Emily Xu. Emily's in the accounting department. She actually sort of runs the whole accounting program. And there she is with two of our students. You know, for our accounting students, most of them stay on and get a Master of Science in accounting. So, there, we're back. What am I doing wrong? What am I doing wrong? Okay. Sorry about that. We didn't practice this part. But it's an exceptional accounting program with 100% placement rate. So since I thought that I would inundate you with numbers, only maybe these aren't the numbers, or my numbers are easy numbers, 29. So over the last 10 years, we've hired 29 additional tenure-track faculty. And the designation tenure track is very significant. They're permanent faculty. They're the ones that, after they survive a long and grueling process, become permanent. A long time ago, my dissertation advisor said, you become part of the furniture. You're stuck in place, and you don't move anywhere. We've seen a lot of growth in Paul College, but we've supported that growth with great young faculty members that are enthusiastic, that love to work with students, that bring fabulous ideas into our curriculum. And of course, we have an amazing advising staff. And they're around here somewhere. Oh, there's Tamara in the back, right? Hi, Tamara. Tamara runs our advising staff. So what sets Paul College different from the rest of the University of New Hampshire, and maybe from some other of the business schools that you're looking at, is we've got a professional staff to support you and ensure that you become successful in your academic program. We are committed to our students graduating on time. And the way that you're going to graduate on time is through good advising. Ensuring that you're taking the courses, but also ensuring that you're taking the right courses. And we're really proud of our staff, not just the advising staff, but all of the staff in Paul College, who work closely with our students to make sure that they're having a good experience. Now, she's hiding somewhere, but the person in the back there, Karen Schwendeman, put this whole event together. So if you happen to be walking around and you recognize Karen, I'd appreciate it if you'd go up to her and say, hey, Karen, great day. I really appreciate all that you've done. I'm really glad that I came to visit Paul College today. And of course, on the other hand, if you're not having a great day, well, then come see me, because ultimately, right, I'm responsible for everything that happens today. 1009. That's a pretty big, I figured I had to have a big number, right? You know, I need to make a positive impression, and the bigger the number, somehow the more spectacular things become. But what's 1009? Seems kind of random. So 1009 represents the number of sections of courses that we offer in an academic year. And I thought that that was an important number. You know, I could stand here and I could list a bunch of courses, and some of them might resonate with you, and some of them might. And it would take me a long time to go through all the courses that we offer. So I just thought I'd capture it all in one number, 1009. And what that means to me, and what that should mean to you, is that we offer a full curriculum with a wide variety of classes. There's something for everybody. There's something that you can find of interest. There's something that you will want to learn. There's something that you can master, and it's something that you can use as the foundation for your career for the rest of your life. Okay, but you know, today in higher education, it's certainly not like the old days when I was an undergraduate, where it was all about the courses that you took and the professors that you worked with, and maybe the fun that you had in the dorms, and that was about it. But today, it's about experiential learning opportunities. It's not just about, a standard lecture, but it's about how are we connecting what happens in the classroom with the external world? And what kinds of opportunities do we have for you to go out and experiment and get some experience with real-life businesses or real-life situations to better position you for the rest of your life? So, there. I really like this picture, so I just threw it in. Because it just seems like so much fun. So one of the innovative programs, and we have a lot of innovative programs, and I don't have time to go through them all, is our program in eco-gastronomy, where we have a study abroad. We have a course, Eco-Gastronomy in Italy. I'm still trying to figure out how I'm going to get a trip to Italy, because I'd like to go. Paul College has a number of study abroad programs. One of our most popular study abroad programs is in Budapest, Hungary. But a hallmark of the University of New Hampshire, and something that we're really proud of here in Paul College, is our participation in the Undergraduate Research Conference, which is actually going on next week. It's the largest undergraduate research conference, we think, in the United States. 3,000 students participate. I think that number is roughly right. And typically what happens is students create posters. The posters go on display. They're judged by faculty members. They're viewed by other students. And it's a multi-day event. We also have other kinds of experiences. So when you tour the Paul College building, you'll see that we have a state-of-the-art kitchen, which we use to support our hospitality management program. And this is a list of some of the local companies that we work with. So something that the economics department has done is they've created a 2-course sequence called Careers in Economics. And actually, I'm looking at the person who teaches Careers in Economics. She's all the way in the back. Boy, Kim, you could have sat in the front, set an example for everybody else. It's a 2-semester class. The second semester has an experiential component where the students are divided into teams, and the teams work on a local project for a local employer, and these are some of the companies that they work with. But I would be remiss if I didn't mention that one of the most important things about Paul College is that we're AACSB accredited. When I was a young person, people always made a big deal about the housekeeping seal of approval. I don't think they do. Do they still do that? I don't know. Right? It's difficult making a decision because you don't know what you're getting. Right? Higher education. So I'm an economist by training, and we would characterize higher education as an experience good. Right? You can't really evaluate the quality of something until you experience it. But, sending your child to college is a very expensive decision. Many families have to make sacrifices, and you want to make sure that it's worth it. And how do you tell, or how do you determine whether something's worth it or not? Well, that's when we start, sending all these numbers and statistics to you, and you're supposed to sort of work through the numbers and go, yeah, they've got a higher placement rate. No, they've got more tenure-track faculty, and they've got this and they've got that. And we've got AACSB accreditation. So AACSB is the gold standard. The hallmarks of AACSB are innovate, impact, and engagement. They're part of the institution's DNA. They're part of what we're all about. We're constantly trying to do new things, innovate. We're constantly trying to do things that are significant, impact. And we're constantly trying to engage with the external world to ensure that the things that we're doing are meaningful, that they make sense, that we're on track, that we're in target, we're in sync with the world around us, because we want to make sure that we turn out graduates who are immediately employable, who can immediately make a contribution to the firms, and who will be successful, not just in terms of obtaining that first job, but to become successful over the course of their entire life. But the best part of Paul College is that it's part of a larger university. We're part of UNH, and UNH is a great place to be, and UNH is led by this guy, Mark Huddleston, our president. We were going to show the picture of Mark with his plane to show that he was a cool guy, but we couldn't get the resolution to sort of go up, so we went with the serious professional look. What do you think, guys? I would just come just because, I believe in that guy and have confidence that he's the kind of leader that I want to follow. Which takes care of basics, like food. So this afternoon, I'm assuming everyone will have lunch in the dining hall, which, by the way, is good food. Did you know that we're ranked number 18 in the quality of food on campus? Even my younger son, when we say, we're going to go out for dinner, where would you like to go? Holloway Commons. Holloway Commons? We're going to eat dorm food, I eat there often for lunch. It's nothing special. But for him, it's like the best thing in the world. And the food is actually really good. We've got shelter, lots of dorms, a big variety of dorms. And if you came in today through downtown, you'll see that there's a lot of construction going on. We've got a lot of new housing as well. The people in town are terrified that a year from now, when all this housing comes online, what's going to happen? I'm thinking, hey, more choices. And all those students that were forced to live in Newmarket or Dover or other towns because there wasn't enough housing in Durham, not going to have a problem anymore. You get to come to the University of New Hampshire in Durham, and you get to live in Durham. And that's something that we haven't been able to talk about, a claim that we haven't been able to make. But it also does some really awesome things. So did you know we have a space program? Right? We're a land grant, sea grant, space grant university. Maybe I'll get in trouble. The dean's sitting right there, and my back's to her. Don't throw things at me, I hope. But, it's not just about a business education, right? We hope to turn out sort of well-rounded, interesting people. And by the way, the way you become a well-rounded, interesting person is you take courses outside of Paul College. You take advantage of all that the university has to offer. And what's really neat or cool about UNH is we offer a lot of special, extraordinary, interesting, kind of cool stuff, like sending things into space. When I was a kid, I always wanted to go into space. But we also just formed a marine school. So if you're interested in marine biology, I'm going to get myself into trouble because I don't know absolutely nothing about science. If you want to do water things, how's that? We have classes for water things. We also have scuba diving classes, which used to always annoy me because I like to swim in the pool, and they'd block out hours to teach people how to scuba dive. What's up with that recreational thing? Oh, wait. That's also part of going to college, right? We've got school spirit, fabulous sports teams, lots of activities going on, and we got cows. I was looking for a picture with lots of cows, and maybe if you go out that end at the end of the day, you'll see the cow barns with lots of cows, and if you don't see them, I guarantee you'll smell them. So I wanted a picture with a barn and lots of cows, but come on, are you going to see a nicer cow than that? So we got cows. We also have horses and all that other stuff that goes along with it. How's that? And on top of that, we've got an unbeatable community. You know, Morgan was talking about this is a great place to be, and it's a great place to be because we're really close to the mountains. If you like to hike or ski, we're really close to Boston, so the train station is, I'm all turned around, I think that way, right in the center campus. Okay, I got to speed up. So it's easy to go to Boston, and we've got plenty of pizza. This does not include a Papa John's is opening here soon. So why come to UNH? Well, because I believe it has the best of both worlds. It's a small college community within a world-class university. You get the best of both worlds. But that's not all we're doing. You know, because what it's really about, we're not only in the business of education, but we're in the business of transforming lives. And so we do that. I guess I have to stand over here. By helping you find your passion. What do you get excited about? We need to help you find something that makes you want to get up in the morning. Something that you believe in, something that you want to work towards. It's about finding a purpose. It's about getting a goal. It's about becoming directed. And it's about perspective. Developing a worldview. And all of that is designed to help build character and help people learn how to take initiative and help them find a way to become leaders. It's about leadership. So when I think about Paul College and I think about why should you come to Paul College, it's because if we do our job right, we will turn it into a transformative experience. We will help you find who you are and what you want to do and what you believe in. Hopefully, we'll give you the skills and the knowledge that will enable you not only to form your dreams and desires, but to turn them into a reality. It's about helping you reach your potential. And it's about making you successful or helping you become successful for the rest of your life. Now, how are we going to do this? So we're really excited because we've developed a new first-year experience. It's called FIRE, Freshman Innovative Research Experience. I got it right, didn't I? No, I didn't get it right. Freshman Innovative and Research Experience. Okay. It's still new. We're still working on it. So one thing that's distinctive about Paul College is we have a peer advising program. When you come to Paul College, you'll be placed in a peer advising group, and we have a bunch of peer advisors who are around today. But we wanted to take this program to a new level. What we're hoping to do is we're hoping to instill a desire and a love for academics, for curiosity, for pursuit, even before you arrive on campus. So we're going to turn the first year into a giant game. And in that game, teams will be formed, designed to overcome global challenges. And there'll be competitions along the way and prizes to be earned. And our goal is each member of the winning team will earn a $500 scholarship. So this is something that we're really excited about, that we're rolling out this fall. And we're going to be spending the next 4 months working nonstop to make sure it's the best experience that anybody has ever offered. Because what is it really about? It's about developing interesting students. And here's a good example of an interesting student. This is Emily Stone, who won the Holloway Prize last year. And I like to think that Emily was my student, even though she never took a class from me. And after all the struggles and pleading and trying to convince her, I could never talk her into becoming an economics major. Emily majored in marketing. But I'd known Emily throughout her entire career, and when it came time to write her senior thesis, Emily came to me and said, "Neil, will you supervise my thesis?" Okay. And I said, "Sure." And it turned into a Holloway Prize. It's about interesting students who are doing interesting things. We have the Atkins Investment Group. Our hospitality program puts on gourmet dinners. And we have other groups on campus like Net Impact, student groups designed to make change in the world. In interesting places, that's in the Middle East. In order to have interesting careers, here are some of the top employers that we have here in Paul College. So when a Paul College student graduates, these were our top employers last year. And lead interesting lives. Wouldn't that be nice? So I'm off in the sunset, and I'm done.